Okay. Let's go. Hello, Leo. How are you? Hello, I love you. How are you? What is your questions today? Hello, Cassandra. Alexandra, sorry. How is everyone? Oh my lord. From C. Okay. Good, thank you. Good. So, LT, your message. That one just flipped in. Obviously, life is going good for you. Okay. They say that you're always welcome for, like, a chat. They want to actually know you more. Also, I think, like, they're thinking of a party or something with all these bowls or dishes. It looks like they're hosting a party, so mostly they really want to look after you and play with you and have a great time. So this person probably thinks that you're friends, or more than that. They really enjoy your company. So very sure this feels like a party. Like someone's waiting for everybody to arrive. So LT, so Leo says, what's next in my relationship with S? Oh, okay. So I actually, at the moment, Leo, the cards are telling you to stop controlling this situation. Kind of let it, like, relax and let it naturally flow. So just don't worry about it. It'll come to you. Oh no. I've got to figure out what Nightbot's doing. Okay. So Jay Wolf says, hi, messages from Angel, please. So they're telling you that at the moment there's not a lot of things to distract you. And they're telling you that at the moment you've got to work hard for what you want. But because you have no distractions, it should be very easy for you to get what you want. So I hope that that helps you get where you want. It's further away than you think, but just keep on persevering. I love you says, may I know what Uzel's current feelings is? He's in Mexico, please, and thank you. That's very well. No worries. You're very welcome. So, this is Uzel's feelings. He's scared of, like, letting you go. There's control factor here, but mostly because he's scared of losing you. But he also wants the ability to keep chasing you. So there's kind of a bit where if you give him too much, he'll stop chasing. Because he's kind of like, what would I say? He's there to chase. So the fear aspect maybe just be a little bit normal. Like, you know, when you meet someone and you're really attracted to them and you want them never to leave, that's kind of like this. I think it's just the start of the relationship, so enjoy. It looks like he's very serious about it. So then it is Alicia's. Sad's feelings for me. He's struggling and he's losing the fight. So it might be that he was trying to get you to open up or feel better, but he's kind of struggling and he's kind of withdrawing, I feel. But he's also trying to save money. So I don't know how that comes into it. So, Alicia, so you've got to figure out why, like, these two are important. This could be just that we're in winter here in the UK. It might be just that he's getting a little bit of a winter blues. So don't worry, he's just saving money, withdrawing a little bit from what the world. Mohini says, hi dear Aisha Shetty's current feelings towards me. Channel message from him. Magician in reverse. It could be that they've got some internal ideas that they really don't want to show. They're also working hard. This person could be kind of like more of a workaholic than you would like them to be. They tend to be very hyper-focused. When they get to something that they want to do, they could focus a lot more and leave everything else behind, which is what they normally do. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They've got some ideas there, but they don't want to share it. It could be also an idea block. So they're focusing on something, but they don't know how to achieve it. So good luck with that. Don't we all want that? You're very welcome, LT. Sparkly Spell says, hi, does Pisces want to marry me? Well, there seems like there's no external distractions. And this person really does care about you. Also, things that you're probably one of the greatest things that's happened to them. Because they really don't want to let go of these balls. They've got them. They don't want to let them go. So I think this person really has like a bit where they kind of closed down the distractions. So if they were talking to other people or they had people before that they were looking at, they've just closed them off. So I think this person really cares about you and probably, yeah, close to tying the knot if they haven't already. So, Sparkly, there you go. Prinyaka says, hi, how will S and my connection be in December? Well, it seems like there's a lot more, escape. So whatever you got trapped in, whether it was like you guys had to be what would I say in a space where you got trapped, like physicality, does that make sense? Like you've got stuck in a house or something like that during COVID, like you guys are escaping a little bit. Page of Pentacles there. And Four of Cups. So there might be this bit where it's like there's kind of, how would I explain it? The start of a first relationship, and then after a while, like you kind of get a little bit sick of each other, and there might be just this withdrawal phase a little bit for both of you, which is fine. That's always good when you have that kind of space to pursue other things. So it might be time for you guys to get on with your hobbies separately, and then just enjoy bringing that to your relationship, not the other way around. Richard says, hello, what's coming next in my love life? We also have the Rebel Oracle cards, if anyone wants a straight-laced talk, because that's true. So Richard says, what's coming in my love life? Okay, so there is the Hangman, and you are scared. This might be just emotional attachment, like you've already got the baggage and you're not letting it go. You're not letting it go. The Hangman also means that you're going to naturally drop into another relationship. Usually what happens is your Hangman is they're holding on dear life, and then you drop into a situation and you find out you're fine. The Fool in reverse though, so be careful, cautious. The whole idea is that the Fool in reverse always reminds me of like the person that talks a lot, but when you realize that they talk a lot because they want people to think that they have no brain, and then they like say something specific and you know that they're thinking. It's like that, where it's like people, you can be wary, well, not wary of people, but being more specific to kind of look at what people want from you, instead of just being more like, yeah, I could do that for you. So I think you'll be good. You just need to kind of let go of your baggage, and you also have to figure out what people want from you. So you're very welcome. I love you. Hello, Gemini girly. Jade, what is Aries A's next actions towards me when I see him tomorrow? The Sun in reverse. This is Two of Wands in reverse. And then you have your Three of Wands in reverse. So it seems like there is a withdrawing to do with like self-love. I always think of this card being like, oh, don't worry, like if they break up. I'm not saying, Jade, that this person's going to break up with you, but it always seems like that bit where like bring your love to yourself. And it's like, maybe it's a confidence thing. You know how like when you're like happy and like you're in control of your own happiness, like the happiness shines through you and people can see that. So, and then it's a little bit more work in this relationship, but you've got to figure out whether this is worth it, because this is telling you to see a bigger picture and not just see like the thing in front of you, but to see the whole picture. So kind of draw out and like look at this and go, is this person like the one that I would definitely be able to live with for 10 years? And it might be a little bit of work, but it's worth it. And yeah, definitely take your happiness on yourself. Yeah. There you go, Jades. I hope that helps. Alexandra says, how does John see me now despite the way we ended things? So Queen of Cups reverse, a Hierophant reverse. Okay, so the whole idea is that Queen of Cups, I feel in reverse, is always like, Cups are the emotionals. They're very loving, very kind. But Queen of Cups always seems like when she's reversed, she's self-reliant on other people. Now, you could say that this person also means that they're loving themselves or withdrawing into themselves. It depends on how you read this card. But I always think this is like reliant on other people for emotional value. And so therefore you're always like, but at the same time, the Hierophant in reverse means that you are a rebel. You go your own way. You don't like rules. You don't like order. You don't like the way that people do things. You do your thing your own way. So it could be just like you had like a chance to grow up, and now you're kind of grown up. You kind of did that bit where you were reliant on this person for emotional need, and then you just like left and you were like, okay, fine, I'll do it my way. And I think this works for you. Just be careful to be not as withdrawn, okay? Yeah, it's been a long time, Jades. Sorry, I've left you guys for so long. I know, I'm sorry. Hello, Waggers. Hello, Arcania. Can I be on the list? Just ask your question. I'm going to... Okay, AC says, Okay, so Arcania first and then AC. What's coming to next to me in terms of love and relationship? Now, full bowls full of food. And Queen of Wands. Oh, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Queen of Wands, you are resplendent in all your power. Queen of Wands always is like, the external person, the one that you go to the party and she'll be in the corner and she'll just be talking. She'll be talking, she'll be moving, she'll be talking about everything. And she just likes people. Like, my wands are always in my head. The wands are very clearly extroverted out of all of them. But she's the life of the party. She'll be the hostess with the mostess. But then you have like this beautiful thing of balls here. So it could be that you decide to just give out as much love as possible and people will return in kind. It might not be that you have like a person coming to you right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't give out love. And I'm not meaning romantic love. If you want romantic love with multiple people, I ain't no judging. But like, it's to give as much as possible. And I think you'll receive as much love as your heart desires through that until you actually find someone that you really want to settle down with, Arcania. And that'll be great. I think that'll be good. I have my deck upside down. Oh my lord. AC says, I would like to know about my future love life. Okay. So, Page of Cups, you tend to be very focused on everything, and that could be a detriment when you pick up something in your life, whether it's career, love, like one thing in your life. You tend to focus solely on that and tend to forget about everything else. And that's not how life works. Life works in that you have to kind of think about everything at once. But the Wheel of Fortune in reverse says plan it out. This is not up to chance. You need to plan where you meet this person, like how you meet this person. Most of the time, people leave things up to chance that they need to plan for, and they expect like the world to give them something that they don't know what it is yet. And most of the time you become dissatisfied because you say, oh yeah, I'll have this person, and this person rocks up, and then you're like, but I wanted them carefree, but they leave their clothes on the floor. And so therefore you've got to kind of think, okay, like where am I going to meet this person? It's no good like if you don't have a dog or you hate dogs to meet someone in a dog park if you hate dogs. So plan your person out in your head. Plan where you mean to meet them, because essentially the cards are telling you plan it out. Thank you, Mahini. You're very welcome, Mahini. Lorna, thank you for the new sub. Can I have a general reading for the next 3 months? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Temperance, King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my lord. Okay, and Page of Pentacles in upright. So the cards are telling you to kind of, how would I explain it? Make your bed. To organize your house, to pay off any undue bills. It's trying to tell you to get back into order with temperance. It's more to calm out the waters and to stop big things happening that could have been small things. King of Pentacles in reverse. If this is not you, it's a masculine card. So if you don't identify with a masculine, then this is outside force, King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a male and they are thinking that you're not worth the effort in investing in, or they are like, what am I thinking? My brain's saying bank. Like bank, like looking at your transactionals, or if you are asking for a mortgage, they're not going to give you one because they're going to have a look at how much money you have in the bank. That's what's coming through quite clearly, which is kind of weird because usually when I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's someone, but I feel like it's a bank. Page of Pentacles in reverse, which is kind of weird because you should be taking on an offer which you're refusing and you don't accept that. The whole idea is that it might be better for you to consider why you don't want this offer or monetary value anyway. But I think most of this is money, so just keep your finances in order. Tend to look at the fine print of something that you're signing, whether it's a mortgage or something like that, because I feel like most of the time you're gonna sign something that is pretty important. So if it's a contract or I feel like it's a bank thing. So be careful with fine print. If it's like something like a mortgage, make sure you can. Hey, Kushabu! It's been a month. I'm sorry, guys. Mary says, hey, may I ask if F will contact me before the end of next year? Okay, give me a second. How's everyone? Hopefully everyone's going good. Okay, so you've had something come through your life and it's just exited out. I think that sometimes the hardest part is if you cannot keep something. So most of the time we're worried that the universe won't give us something, but if we don't have place to store love, money, it just goes through. Like, what is it? The statistics of people that win big money that are poor, they usually turn back into being poor again. Is because they have no financial literacy, and it might be just that you can't retain something yet, and it seems like it's to do with control, because the universe is saying let go control of this. So it could be that you're probably just controlling it too much, that you're afraid of losing it, that when it is lost, it's just a really painful experience. Nothing in your life that's really yours can be lost. So sometimes you just have to sit there and go, it's not for me. Thank you very much. So yeah. So yeah, I would say that you just leave the contacting Mary to them. Hello, Destiny. So yeah, I would say leave it to them. You might have some messages that were left unread. Pritzy says, how can I get a message from MD? You're very welcome, Richa. Okay, so there's a broken-hearted, and also there was an argument that happened. So this poor card, it accidentally landed on the floor, and then I ran over it, and now it's a heartbroken card, also a crease card, which makes me heartbroken. So it's kind of funny that it is like a very crease card. But yeah, there was a heartbreak and an argument, and it might be just that you guys can't move on from this. Yeah. Doesn't look very good. I usually say that like, if your argument, you can always get it back, but I think this time it's kaput. Unfortunately, Princey. Why the Gemini called me yesterday? What do you want him? What did he want to say? Says Laura Spark. That he was kind of. I think he is trying to reduce the amount of people that he talks to. He might be cutting down the contacts in his phone. And he's just, like, seeing if you are there to, like, pick up the phone so he knows to keep you in that contact. So I think it was just, like, he's trying to reduce the amount of people that he speaks to. And that's why. Because I feel like the world in reverse means withdrawal into a world. And that's, like, he's trying to reach out to contact you. So I would say that it's just like, hey, I wanted to know. Hello, Volta. Hello, Christy. Crystal. Sorry, Crystal. I probably always call you Christy. I'm sorry. What's the feeling of Jasmine? Oh, this is a new one, Volta, I think. I think the last time you asked me about a woman, it wasn't Jasmine. Page of Cups. Are very focused. I feel like this person's probably pursuing you more than you're pursuing them. Yeah. Okay. Is she younger than you by any chance? I feel like this is a case with this one. There's kind of a little bit of an age gap difference between you both. But yeah, I think she's pursuing you just for the sake of being married or, like, having a family. But there's a definite age difference. So there could be that bit where you have to, like, make her more mature, because there is that definite mature thing. So it could be not an age gap, but, like, the way that you guys think could be that she's less mature than you. Yeah, I would say this person's pursuing you for the sake of, like, getting in a marriage, which might not be, like, how would I explain that? It doesn't look like it's love. I feel like this is just... That doesn't mean that she might not love you, like, but it's primarily for being... I've been good, Crystal. But it seems like she's more focused on, like, getting that path of life unlocked, which means that you might have to wonder if she actually will care for you for the rest of her life, kind of thing, Volta. So be careful. But I think she really, if she's thinking about marriage already, then she must care about you then a little bit, or actually be able to put up with you. You're not a bad person. That's not the point. The point is that when women decide to get married to someone, they have to think that that person will be a nice person for the rest of their lives. Crystal, you're going good. I missed your readings. Thank you. Alexandra says thank you. And Tantris, hello. So thank you, Alexandra, for hanging out with me. Hopefully everybody hangs out and has a great time, but I know after you get your message read, you'll probably leave because people are busy. So how does Thomas feel about me? Okay, so this is interesting. I want to actually do one of these as well. This is the Rebel Oracle deck, so sometimes it's really mean. But I thought that it is... Oh no. Okay. Okay, so apparently, like, um, you're having a hard time right now, and you might need to, like, pull yourself up, because it looks like this card actually was the one that you got. Um, so it says you're a hot mess. Fact, clean yourself up, which might just mean that you're spending a lot more time on this man and not spending half the time that you're needed on yourself. So it could be just said nicer. So Crystal, the magician in reverse. So this person's keeping their ideas to themselves, or they have a blockage of ideas, which is actually kind of scary when you're actually talking about a relationship. Because what happens is then if you can't imagine yourself with someone, yes, then, or you can't see a future with that person, then that means that you're really spending that time just being with that person and not really wanting to care about that person in the future, which is not great. And then you have 10 of Pentacles here, so prosperity and success, not anytime soon. So it could be that you're building what was it? I was because I listen a lot to people, and I listened to Matthew Hussey, and he said, look, women think that they're building a relationship with a man, and they're like, oh yeah, like, he's so nice, he's so great, but he doesn't put in any work. And he's like, if, ladies, you have to go and you build the castle yourself, then there's no relationship there. Because if you're busy working yourself to the bone for a relationship and he's not doing anything, then that's a bad sign. So it could be just that he's very comfortable and he's not really considering that you're going to go anywhere. So you should probably just make yourself look like $1,000,000, and maybe he'll start thinking, hey, wait a minute, she doesn't look like that half the time that I'm with her. And that could make him realize that, yeah, he's gonna get off his butt sooner or later. Sorry, Crystal. He seems like he's just far too comfortable. That's what I'm saying. Pia says, any uplifting message? You've been struggling lately, thank you. Well, firstly, you got Hermit, so I can see that you've withdrawn from withdrawn from society and kind of gone into your own world. The cards are really telling me that that's the case. But they tell you to get up and go. Like, there's kind of, how would I explain it? The story that I'm thinking of is Gone Wild, which is a story about this person that loses their mom, and they travel the biggest walking trail in America, and it's a beautiful story. It's obviously mostly badly written, not very good formatted, but it's a really good story, and it's a real true story. And I was thinking that that's actually kind of great, because you're already withdrawn, you're already away from the world. Is there like a challenge that you can do to accept? Not like at the moment it's cold outside, but like a walking trail, go somewhere, hike, and just enjoy the time spent outside of like modern day reality for a while. Just give yourself time to yourself and kind of grow in that space. Just kind of give yourself time to do that. But to actually go and do some exercise outdoors, I feel, would be great. But that's what I'm thinking is that story. So I'll try and find that for you, and then I will go on to the readings. I think it's called Gone Wild. Or it's just wild. No. Yeah. So it's this one. I'll copy it and put it in things. So if you are interested, you can check that one out. But that's probably where you should start, Pia. Michelle says Mike's feelings and thoughts and intentions. The cards are just heavy today, I feel. Like they're taking on quite a lot. Page of Wands. Oh, pretty birdie. So Michelle says Mike's feelings for you. Okay. So he's very focused on you, but also at the same time, this is 9 of Cups in reverse, which means that you don't give time for this person to talk, or your actions in this relationship seem to be, from his perspective, ego-driven. So it's kind of a little bit hard when it comes to that bit, because, like, how would I explain it? Like, you're not ego-driven. You might not think that all your actions are egocentric, but he feels left out of your decision-making, or you seem like you don't care. Like, he might listen all the way to you, but then when he's talking, you interrupt. It might just be small things that you do that might make him feel uncared for, but he really cares about this relationship and wants to make it work with you. But it can be like the little things in life are the most important things. So just take time to understand that he's trying his best. I think the whole idea is he's trying his best, and it might be like he's a really bad cook, it might be a bad cleaner, he's still trying though, so give him time. So okay, so it just like scroll down. Transform, there's not, I'm trying to do it as fast as possible. Enchantress says, when can I expect a serious commitment offer from Nabil? It seems very soon. Like, this person might be thinking next call. I said that, and then there's 2 of Swords in reverse. I think this guy's in 2 minds. He likes chasing you, but he doesn't want to commit. Or he's like, how would I explain it? Like, he wants it, but he thinks that commitment cost is far too high. So it might be that you're both very young, or that he hasn't got everything he wanted to do in life before he got married. So sometimes it's very hard. Because yeah, that can be a big thing with guys. Just don't push him, because he does seem like he's committed to you, but at the same time, oh Jesus Christ, it might take him a little bit, and you might have to wonder if this is actually going to be willing, because I think the worst thing is guys tend to take a while to decide whether they want to be with someone, and even longer to commit to someone, because the commitment cost for guys is quite high, and it's kind of hard, I guess. Because, yeah. But Enchantress, take your time and see if you're very welcome, Arcania. Take your time and figure out whether this person is going to be make you happy for the rest of your life, okay? Because that's a really big point that I would explain to you. Lavina, hello. Transformed, I will definitely get onto yours. How does my career look in December? Oh my lord. Okay, so it seems like you're going your own way. That you're kind of like, how would I explain it? A disruptor. Do you know what a disruptor is? A disruptor is someone that takes some technology and completely transforms it. They take things that we know so well and completely transform it into something else. But disruptors are not particularly liked in society because they tend to make things so different. Like, let's say Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a disruptor once. He changed a lot of the way that we view PCs, the way that we interact with music. He chose to take his ideas and disrupt the world. So yeah, you have enough things here. You're hardworking, your ethics, like the hard work is there, the focus is there. So it could be that you have to actually branch out on your own, because most of the time disruptors have to create their own environment, because they can't survive in a company because their ideas are far too radical. So you have to think about whether or not you can dance to someone else's tune. And I would say that you're just tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. So be careful, because you can do this. You can definitely do this, but you've got to think about it before you actually take the big leap. But I definitely hear disruptor in your future. So Pallavi says, how does Rakesh Lyadyev Virgo feel for me, Sagittarius? So there's King of Swords in reverse. There is Ace of Pentacles. There is 10 of Pentacles. And then there is 9 of Cups. So, and the Star in reverse. So we're hearing a whole story here. So the whole idea is that you go for guys that might be more, how would I explain this? Gruff. Like they're more likely, or Pallavi, if this is you, if masculine, if you identify with the masculine, this is you. If this is not masculine, this is someone else that you are dating, or this person. So if I would say Rakesh, this is Rakesh, Virgo. And this makes sense because Virgos tend to be perfectionists. They don't like to be controlled. They don't like actually having people that kind of question them. They do their thing their way, and that can be quite demanding of someone else. So it could be that you always question them and they're like, nah. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, like there was a financial offer that got turned down, which might be that this person actually offered something to you and that you were scared to take, which you should possibly take. So I think you're in the kind of thing of talking about that. There is this one which seems like it's a good thing for you both to be together. So it could be that they're both, you both think it's good for you both to be dating or try to create a life together. But this person, it can be very cruel. Probably not in a bad way. Does that make sense? Like, they say something that they just, like, think off the top of their head. Which, I know, like, I've dealt with Virgos before because, yeah. My dad and one of my sisters are both Virgos, so they can be very, like, this. So there is 9 of Cups, so there is kind of a bit of dissatisfaction. So it could be just like this, like you guys are good working together, but not totally good. So it could be that you guys have to work out kinks, especially possibly his behavior towards like you or women or feminine in nature, and so that might take time. There's also the Star in reverse, so it says like don't invest lightly in this situation and actually pour some, like, grow yourself, invest in yourself, everything into yourself first. So this might be a more logical person, because I don't see any love cards. It's more like a transactional thing, which doesn't mean that this person won't fall in love with you or care for you in the future. It just means that this person's highly logical about this this partnership, and that's okay. That's good sometimes to have that kind of bit where, is this person going to be compatible for the rest of my life? Are they going to care? Sunrise Key says, hey, this might make sense to you, but why is there so many things in common between my friend and me? Is it because I'm an NPC, like a side character in a simulation? Well, firstly, I believe that there's a lot of things that are like on a theoretical level, like very, very fine particulates that will probably in kind of a simulated environment. But why things are common between you and your ex-friend is very, very simple. We tend to hang out with people that are very similar to us. Unfortunately, hello, Jadzia. So therefore, everybody in your life is going to be pretty similar if they're friends. It's really bad because, like, like you can put yourself in the echo chamber of people's ideas, but yeah, it's not unusual at all. Most of our friends are pretty similar in things, especially if you grew up together, because then you have culture, you've got community, you've got a lot of things that will tie you together in normal. It's fine. So like it's not as unusual as you think it is. It's pretty bad when you're hiring people and you're hiring people that are very much similar like you, because you want people to agree with you. So actually, like, sometimes business owners have to really, like, either get someone to hire someone that hires people that are not like them. Sayo says, current feelings of rush and phobia. Okay, so there's a hangman. So this person probably is fighting, like, their feelings for you. and also the sun. So this could be that they've had a really bad time. So it could be that they've had a really toxic emotional past with dating, and they're like just like, oh yeah, I will like hold on to my feelings and I won't let anybody come in and share my sunshine. But the whole idea is a hangman. They're just waiting for the inevitable to happen. So I feel like they do care about you, and they don't want to see you hurt. So it could be that they're trying to withdraw because they know that they need time for healing. So give them time. See it, then think about how much time you want to give them. But they care a lot about you. They just don't want a relationship with you yet. And they're probably just struggling, but they're just naturally going to fall into a relationship with you, which is okay. That just takes time. So Jadzia says, is the person I'm thinking of Virgo talking against me to my person? Oh, it's interesting because I don't know whether they're actually like, oh, okay. There's like possibly gossip, not talking badly, but hinting probably. So it's not like, they could possibly be, you know how like sometimes, and I think this is more women, that our social groups are primarily derived of, talking about people. It tends to be how like women survive, and most of our social constructs are like talking to other people about people. It's one thing that I really hate my mom about, but she talks about other people all the time, mostly people I don't know, which is really bad. Hello, technical support. So yeah, it's hard because there is kind of a bit where you might have had a disagreement with this person, and they're just kind of trying to like show their ego up, I think. And it's like, what would I say? It's more like you kind of had a disagreement, they felt unheard, they're like don't know what to do about it. So there's like, it's like a cycle. It keeps on going around and round and round. So like they have this idea of how to get back in the circle. They have this like disagreement, or you kind of push them away. So then they feel unheard. So therefore they don't know how to do that. And they don't know how to interact with you. So they're actually talking to the other person. So it could be just like, oh yeah, you know, like she's so like, I don't know, like she had this like talk to me the other day, and like she never let me say anything, and now she's saying bad things about me. And so therefore she's talking bad about you because she thinks that you're saying things. So it's going to be hard because you'll need to address this directly with this person. And I wouldn't say like, are you saying bad things about me? It's more like, hey, you okay? Like I'm like worried that you're not okay because this person's just trying to get your attention over and over and over again. So unless you really want this cycle to continue, then yeah. Spare email says, why is M trying to avoid me in recent weeks? This has come out of nowhere. I cannot understand it. Thanks. It's kind of weird because they like the flirtation. They were fine. They were fine with the flirtation. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, it's like things have gone too good. Um, how would I explain this? Like sometimes people kind of self-sabotage themselves. Spare email. So it's not actually your fault. The conversations were great. They could see it's going somewhere, but then they froze and they've gone, oh yeah, like they felt like they were overstretching themselves. Like, oh yeah, what if this goes wrong? Like most of the time, people are living in their heads all the time, all the time. And so most of the time, when things go badly in a relationship, it's not just like the other person, it's you self-sabotaging your chance for happiness. And a lot of people do it. So, um, I think just don't pursue them. Don't try to like keep on going, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Because they're just gonna freak. So just let them come naturally back to you. If they don't, just realize that they've kind of self-sabotaged their own chance for happiness, and you can't convince someone. They have to get to that naturally by themselves. Technical support says, I would like to know how soon I will get a new job. Currently unemployed. I think one thing that I would say to you, unemployed, like technical support, is like, I'm hearing it, which was weird actually. I was like, why do you say you have no job? You have a job. I don't know how that came into my head. I was like, there's a job. Like, maybe it's not your main job, but there's like something that you do that earns you money. So I was like, I don't know how to explain that technical support, but I heard that. I was like my head's like, what do you say? You have no job? Okay. So Hangman in reverse. The Sun, Page of Wands in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse, and a Nine of Swords. No, is this Nine of Swords? 6, 7, 8. 8 of Swords, sorry. I had to double check that for a second. I was like, that's not 9. So in general, I would say you are stuck. You're stuck in something. And this might be that you feel like you're unemployed, or like there's just that main bit that you've been let go. The Sun means a happiness that's coming. I don't feel like you're naturally happy that you've been let go unless you really hated that job. It's just like naturally happiness going to come to you. There's a Hangman in reverse, so you're actually fighting against yourself. And I feel like it's fighting against yourself to actually, like, how would I explain it? You're fighting yourself about this new job. And naturally, if you stop fighting yourself, you will fall into a job. Page of Wands in reverse, you're actually fighting, also reaching out. You might be not reaching out to contacts that would get you a job straight away. And Page of Pentacles in reverse means that you're not accepting. How would I explain that? Page of Pentacles in reverse. You might have been taking money that you could have put into other things. So it might be that you need to think, okay, with this money that's in my bank account, I can make something out of it. Not to be scared of like creating something new for yourself. So it's not that hard. I feel like this whole spread is telling me that you're struggling with yourself about a job. It's not about like when you're going to get a job. I think naturally, if you just like let it be and just understood that it's up to you to get there, like there's a whole like list of contacts in your phone that could help you. And there's also like just the happiness of not being in this job anymore. That could be really great and very beneficial. So I think in some ways, don't dwell on the negative, but focus on the positive and create that reality that you want to see. Because I don't, it's kind of weird. I don't feel like you're unemployed. Sans says, when's Sans next actions towards me? Yes, it's okay to ask me another question. But after that, then you have to wait a little bit more. So it's like 1 to 2 hours to ask me another question after that. So Sans next actions towards you, Sanch, is positive. This person really cares about you. They find you highly intelligent. They find you charming. They like talking to you. I feel like they really enjoy the conversations. You're flirty, you're fun. This person's getting turned on by the way that you express yourself through words. So they must be really like this kind of person. So they really enjoy the intelligence talking. So I think that really in the scheme of things, they enjoy this. So I don't know whether there's a new action, but they definitely enjoy what's happening. So this is flirtation. So flirtation, good. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. Because, yeah, they're really enjoying it. No worries, Jades. Okay, so what's your general message? Firstly, I feel like... Oh, dude. Yeah. There's this kind of feeling of, like, can I say something? It's not fair. It's not fair. Why does this happen to me? And I will tell you that you have a blockage between your ideas. Like, you don't tend to imagine your future. You don't tend to imagine, like, your house that you want to be in or the person that you want to be with. And so, therefore, you never create, like, a thought of where you want to be. But then you're always, like, attention seeking from the universe. I want it. I need it. Can you give it to me now? And you just don't kind of give back. You're not sitting there going, okay, if I get this house, or the equivalent of this house, I will help other people. There's always this want, this need. It's not want or need. Probably, how would I feel like it's, you're hungry. It feels like you're starving. Like, if I gave you a bowl of noodles, you would just instantly eat it and then be hungry again. Like, there's nothing fulfilling you in your life. And then you're asking, but you're never giving back. And this is the worst thing for humanity, because most of the time, like, most of us in this space right now, I don't think anybody could not identify with this story. I don't think we've never been there. Like, it's innate in us to ask for something and not give back. And that's hard because most of the time getting something is never going to make us happy. Giving willingly without any chance of a return. So you give without asking for something, you give out of the goodness of your heart. That makes us happy. Most of the time, like giving something without like putting your name on it, and people like, oh yeah, so who's this nice person? Makes us extremely happy. So it might be that you've got to kind of realign your happiness and realize that you can be filled up by helping others more than just asking and never receiving. And this is why, like, the thought in my head is like, it's not fair. Why does this happen to me? That's what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps. So New Me says, will Ali eventually move on? Devil and Five of Pentacles. I feel like this person still thinks that you are important to them. So I feel like this person still is very attached to you, and that temptation is there. So I don't think it's an addiction yet. But the temptation is to always think that you're going to be there for them. Could you break this? Yeah. You can break this by trusting the universe is going to naturally make you grow apart. So that's kind of good. Just trust that this will inevitably just fade over time. But yeah, at the moment, no, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Shreya says, hi Cassandra, my question's what coming up in Sagittarius? I'm Taurus. Okay, so that is... there's not a lot of, like, what would I say? Good stuff. Like, the weirdest thing is, like, when I pulled this card, I was like, the study that they did about what makes a good marriage, and the rates of divorce, and someone could predict 95% of the difference between a happy marriage that was going to go on for forever and a marriage that didn't work. And they found that it was 1 negative to 5 positive reactions. So the whole idea is that you have 1 negative reaction to 5 positive interactions. And that's how to make a good relationship. And they asked if the positive interactions were higher, like if everything was positive, what would happen? And it's the same. It's going to end up in divorce because people can't think of something going so good that there's never anything that goes wrong. So that's coming up, weirdly. Page of Swords in reverse. This person's kind of nervous, agitated, and kind of like on edge. And this could be like high anxiety. This is also like this bit where I feel like they're not telling you everything because they're scared. This could be just because it's the start of a relationship. And if they like outed themselves like, oh, okay, I'm into kink or whatever it is, that you would completely change your like thought of them. Also, this person's like living in the moment, so they're probably like, I'll see what happens. So they're really not thinking about what's coming up. They're thinking about the present. So it's kind of hard for this person to kind of really think forward in this relationship. And this might be just because they're early, a little bit nervous, a little bit scared. This might be like, and you could sit there and go, well, we've been dating for ages. So, this person hasn't told you something that they need to tell you to make them feel better. But it could be just that they don't know how you're going to react to it. So they might just be waiting for the end of that relationship, but they're still holding out for it, but they're still a little bit scared. So Sailing Lena. Hi, Sailing Lena. No worries, technical support. Okay, give me a second. I made the thing larger, so maybe you see things smaller. Okay, so I'm a little bit worried about my relationship since we're long distance and talking a lot. Capricorn and Virgo. Interesting. Well, firstly, I've got Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords. So there's 2 women here. Before you kind of go off the deep end, this might not be like a romantic thing. Oh, and King of Swords reverse. Oh no. Okay. Oh my lord. Okay. Firstly, that could be like not a romantic thing, but there's 2 of them. I would say because of your talk, like you're worried about your relationship and you haven't been talking a lot, I feel like you're the Queen of Cups here, reliant on this guy. And King of Swords in reverse. He's not really happy right now. He might be kind of really, it's kind of weird because I feel like you're going very attached, he's getting very detached. So it could be that you both have very different attachment styles, which happens. Usually guys tend to be more distanced, so they become detached. They're not so attached, and women tend to be more attachment style. So therefore, the whole idea is usually then what happens is you get a woman trying to be closer, more attached, and the guy will distance, and then you run. so therefore it'd be more like so therefore you're running towards him and he's distancing yourself, running towards him, distancing. And so it could be just that you're both like dealing with this differently. But I would say that Queen of Swords here means that there could be someone that he's talking to, which is kind of interesting because these 2 are quite moderately together. And this could be just because he's studying. This could be just a friend. But the problem is that these 2 are quite close. Now, if you get really jealous of this person, it's going to be a visa sin. Because the whole idea is like these guys are kind of dealing with each other's problems and you are very, very close away. But then there's the Empress. So I feel like this person actually cares about you very deeply. And I don't know whether you've talked about having a family or having kids, but I feel like this was genuine. So I feel like in general, keep talking to this person, but give them space because they're going through a lot, and it might be just that your trauma style is different from this guy. So this person's feeling lonely, they withdraw. When you're feeling lonely, you attach. So therefore there's a difference. But I would say in general, like, don't worry about her. She's she probably is, what do I say? Probably. That's actually cool on the cards to ask that. Is this another relationship? Yeah. No, this is okay. I think this person's like someone that they spend time with, but they're not really investing in, because this is actually money going out. So this could be just like, there's no savings in this one. So he's actually investing more in you than into her. Okay? So, Lee, sorry guys that I'm taking so long. What are JK's feelings for me? There's strength, so there's weakness. And I don't read this as like people need to be strong. It's okay to be weak. And this person's probably weak on you. So it's kind of funny because I like puns. I'm a very punny person. But when my cards do this, I always laugh because I think it's funny. So yeah, he's weak on you. But he likes you and really wants to pursue this. So, oh, that's so cute, Lee. or this person. Oh, this person. I don't know whether they're masculine, but just know that that person that you're thinking about, yeah, really cares. Hello, Lita! You're very well, Crystal. Pallavi says, no, I'm not dating anyone. Will I find a job soon? I was invited to apply to 3, which I did. Will I be hired by one of them? You're very welcome. Okay, so I think you are actually being your worst enemy. There is some fighting. Oh my lord. Okay. There's some fighting of yourself. I think you struggle very, very hard. The weirdest thing is, like, when I'm thinking this, I'm thinking medication. It could be that you, take medication, or you're supposed to take medication to focus. Something like that. And it's very hard for you to focus. It could be just that you're naturally a very distractible person, and that could be hard during a day. Also, Ace of Cups, your heart is full, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, because we're talking about a job. I'm gonna ask the cards what they mean, because they really, what they mean. Death. Okay, so therefore there's a transformation coming, for you. It could be that some problems that you've got right now are going to clear up very, very soon. And this could be like why these two are important. Yeah. Overreaching. Okay, and planning. Okay. So this heart is full. It's possibly a time to declutter. I always say that we need to keep space for something. If we have a full heart, then we can't bring anything else in there. So it could be a time to kind of declutter the heart, get rid of some attachments that you have to things, because the whole idea is like a heart space as well as a house. Like if you're bringing in a relationship, a new relationship, like you have to have space in your house already for them to move in. Because the whole idea is, how would I explain it? Our subconscious is more important than our conscious brain. Our subconscious is like nearly 90% of our brain. Let's say 80, because then you have like the higher consciousness and then what you kind of call identity, which is 10% of your brain. It's kind of funny, the person that you say, oh yes, me, myself, and I, yeah, it's only 10%. So I think that it's actually saying just declutter, plan more. I think the whole idea is you're probably like me. I do have this bit where if I don't actually give myself space, if I don't give myself time, then I overthink a task. I overthink all the time, which makes me not do something which I really enjoy. Like, I like doing live streaming. But then when I think about setting up the camera for here and setting up everything, I just get overwhelmed. So you're probably like me in some ways. But yeah, this transformation cycle's coming to an end soon. So I would say that if it's not this month, it's it's like the end of this month that you will get your answer. And I would say that you will get that. No. What was I going to say? Not the end of this month, but the end of December. I don't know why it's nearly the end of December, but it's just like the start of nearly like after Christmas, nearly the start of July. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. So Lita, good luck. Hello, Alea. You're very welcome, Pallavi. Pretty S says, do you see me moving in with Kay next year? Well, firstly, there seems like there's not enough food. It might be like you're a student or something. Full heart again. Moving in. What do you mean, Ace of Cups? Okay, so the lovers came out for me. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. I think you will move in, but you have to realize that you're both not, how would I explain it? Not financially there yet. Or like it feels like you guys are young and not a lot of money. So it seems like you'll do the student thing, which is fine. It's very cute. I really enjoy that you guys are going to be very loved up. No worries, transformed. So yeah, I think that you guys are going to move in. There's not going to be much with you, but the love will keep you full and happy, which is very cute. The weirdest thing is, like, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you my mom and dad's story. Like, they met when my mom was like 20s? Yeah. And so therefore they had me, and my mom was 22 at the point that she had me. And they moved into a tiny little house. And I still remember the house, but we didn't have a lot. And we had like what we call salad for dinner, which was just cheese. just a thing of cheese, and then it was ham, and then lettuce. There was not that much lettuce. And then a thing of corn. And that's what we used to eat a lot as growing up as kids. There wasn't a lot of money. And I think in general, like, you'll make this work. Don't worry about it. You'll make it work. Things can be overrated when you have too much money. Libra says, hello, how is Sagittarius feeling about me currently? Firstly, this is kind of a weird one. There is a financial situation here. This person really, is kind of chasing you. How would I explain it? They want to chase you, but they don't want to put in the money. They might be like sitting there going, nah. I don't feel like this is worth the money. Which is kind of weird because what would I say? This person's offering this cat a treat, and all this cat's going is like, I don't know how to say it. Cat language. And there's like Ace of Wands, and okay, so it might be really early. I don't think that they want to invest everything yet, but they're willing to chase. I don't know whether this person's taking this connection very seriously, because they're also seeing a bigger picture, or what would I say, the bigger picture. I feel like this person's them and this person's you. So that's kind of a weird thing where they're probably done a lot of dating, so they're not kind of in that space right now. Libra. So to let them, let it play out, see if they're naturally going to commit. But at the moment, it seems like they really aren't on the same level as you, okay? So take time to kind of figure out whether they're playing with your heart, whether you want commitment too. Because it could be that, Libra, you might not want that commitment yet. But be honest, if you do, let them know, okay? Jasminta says, no ways. Will I get married to Vankay or someone new? I feel like there's a lot of people. Oh my lord. That's the first time the cats have gone walkabout tonight. They're being kind of behaved. Now they're just like, okay. So there's ideas of like choosing other people, and I think what was it? I was learning about what they call backburners, where like if the relationship you're in isn't working out, you keep someone else on the back burner so you can go back to them. And I think that's kind of very despicable, because you should always be very true with your intentions. But it seems like you're daydreaming a lot more than you want to be, like, with this commitment. So it's kind of a hard thing, Jasminta, is because you need to really be honest. Is this relationship fulfilling all your needs? Because it feels like you're not thinking about a future so much with this person. You're probably thinking about like current, and you're also kind of slightly dissatisfied with what you've got in this relationship. So it might be time to kind of think about whether this relationship is fulfilling all your needs, or are you looking after yourself for some of your needs to be fulfilled? Because can I be honest with you, no one's going to fulfill all your needs, Jasminta. It's not going to happen. Like, whether we like it or not, everybody that we fall in love with is human. I haven't seen any alien marriages anytime soon, and that'd probably be worse than human interactions, to be honest. When we actually write a book saying men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Just think of alien marriages. Jesus. To Takaras, like, you might need to choose whether this and commit. Choose and commit. So it might be that you need to commit to this relationship for this to work out. Or if you're daydreaming a lot and you're just always constantly unhappy, then please walk away, okay? It resonated, and even I thought it was the same. Thank you so much. No worries, Theo. No worries, technical support. Jazia, thank you. You're very welcome. Spare email, you're very welcome as well. Asant says, is San missing me today? I wasn't talking to him from yesterday. Amina just asked. Shikite, hey, hi, how are you? Okay, so we're up to Sanch. Oh yeah, Amina, you asked. Sorry. Yeah, he's missing you. I don't even have to pull another card. Oh, this poor person. They felt really upset. And they probably did tell you that they felt really upset, but oh. Oh, I wish I could give this person a hug. They really missed you yesterday. They felt very heartbroken about it. Give them a hug if you can. Because they're like, that was rough. Channeled messages from Parhead, Pisces for me. All of those just came out. Oh my lord. Cats, behave yourself. No going on the floor, please. Okay, so escape. Not enough food. Why do we have a lot of very angry men? Not that this is angry, just annoyed, probably. That's what I mean. Mancy, yeah, sure. No, there's not, Shikote. Just put your question down if you haven't already. I know that usually people put them down and I haven't seen them yet. Okay. This is kind of weird thing where this person's dealing with a lot of, like, self-realizations in a way. Like, they're starting to realize that they affect their own reality, that they can control their own reality if they want to, that they're not bound by a lot of things that they used to kind of think about, and they're trying to control their temper a lot more. So they might not actually have told you that you have a very good influence on them, because how would I explain this? I don't think they would have realized this without you, and they are trying to change. They don't really want to tell you that they're trying to change because of you, because then that's power, and this person doesn't want people to know that they're weak. And the way that weakness is for them is like emotion. This person's very much in, I would say, very rational person. So that's kind of an interesting thing for them. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks really interesting. They seem to be a very nice person, but they seem to be also, they need to control their temper, which they kind of know already. Okay, so Mancy says, what does R think about me? Give me a second, I need a drink. So... I bought this massive water bottle because I never remember to drink. I never remember to drink. Okay, so Mancy is next. So what does R's feeling about me? Well, do I need to say anything more, Mancy? This person feels like they met the one. This is kind of like a soulmate card. There's so much compatibility there. It's ridiculous. Like, you both maybe finish other people's your sentences together. But there's just this warmth and radiance from both of you when you're around each other. So technically, I'm really guarded when I say soulmate, because I think that people kind of have like a perfectionist level, number 10, when they think of a soulmate. And I don't think that people realize that to err is to be human. So this person really cares about you and hopes you really care about them back. And it seems like you got a really good compatibility there, and they really care about you. So, good Matsy. If this is a friend, this doesn't mean that they like want to like fall in love and marry and walk down the aisle with you. This could be how would I explain it? When you have a good friend that you could just talk forever with. This could be someone that you rely on way more than you would expect from a normal friendship. And they'll go through thick and thin with you. And this could be the same, like the Lover's card is like that as well. So you've done really good, Mancy. So Shreya says, oh my, he's been through a divorce, yes, and he's disillusioned about relationships since then. Yes, that's very true. He's very guarded. Yeah, 13 years of being on and off with him. Shreya, I don't know. I would have a hard time with that. Volta, you have been answered like a while ago. I've already answered yours with Jasmine. I remember because I was like, that's a different name from the last time you asked. So you can go back in time, Volta. That was like when you answered. I don't think it was that long ago. So Abba says, when will Dee reach out to me? Pretty much I said, I don't know why the love is again. Maybe it's because like that person. Oh, okay. So when will Dee reach out to you? It's hard because like they really care about you. It's like, maybe, you know, when people like think about, like when you think about a person all the time, like when you fall in love with someone and the kind of drugs get printed out of your brain, created, so you go on massive dopamine hit. Everything's like signals everywhere. Like you're shopping and you're like, when will this person, like this person's constantly thinking about you. Like that's not nuts. When you love someone, it's not nuts. But this person's also like, how would I explain it? Thinks that it's too hard work. So when they think about you, it's like, will they love me? Will they care for me? Will they? And so this person's going through this whole cycle. Oh, this poor person. They want to know whether you love them back. Abia. You have to tell them whether you care about them. Because, yeah, they're in their little pool prison waiting for you to tell them that you love them. Sailing Lena says, if I had more clarification on our relationship, what's the feelings for me? Okay. What are the feelings? might be that he's a very logical person, so strength. There's too much here. You've got opened a saga on me, Sailing Lemur. Oh my lord. The Queen of Swords again. That's interesting. So this could be actually a mom. This might not be a friend. This might be a mom. This might be his parents, which is actually kind of interesting. Empress Death. Oh my lord. Okay, firstly, we'll talk about this because this is actually interesting because we've got a Queen of Swords again. And that wasn't you. I feel like this is... And this is King of Cups. So this is actually kind of interesting because I feel this is parents. And the way that we interact with parents is important for our love life. So our parents actually give us the model of what we want in our love life. Even though Freud was wrong, we don't really want to sleep with our parents. Yeah, no. The whole idea is usually we kind of go for the people that are very similar to like our opposite in the family. So therefore, if you like the way that your dad jokes with you, you're going to go with someone that's more like has a good sense of humor. If you have mom that's always like, we go kids, let's go, you're going to go for a woman that's more like, let's go, let's do it, because this makes us feel like we know this person already. And also it gives us that kind of understanding. So with his parents, the King of Cups in reverse means that his dad is pretty emotionally leans on his mom. His mom is Queen of Swords. So which is funny because we've already had that. So it's a mama's boy. Queen of Swords, she's very intelligent, highly intelligent, very direct. She's very straight cut. So she'll tell you exactly how she wants to say something. This is interesting too. We have the Empress again. So this person really wants to have a family with you. Really wants to start a family with you, and wants kids with you. So that is a major thing. This love is in reverse. This person actually feels like they've known you for their whole entire life, which is an interesting one. You have a reverse death. So this person actually has been holding on to something that they need to let go of. And they have quite a controlling personality when it comes to that. It might be that they're kind of a little bit of a obsessive person. And that doesn't mean that they're obsessive in a bad way, but like, what would I explain it? Like, when they think of something, they can get kind of wound up in it. And so therefore, this is an interesting cycle. Where they need to let go of something. I don't know why. It might be like an ex, maybe. And that's why the control over the relationship now. There's not as much as he wants from this relationship, but that's probably because you're both going through a phase where you both are growing up. So, like, if he's studying and you're not studying, it could be just that he's like, well, when are you going to go to university? When are you going to do this? Because he's just, like, a little bit higher on the pecking order than you at the moment. And Nine of Pentacles, he works hard. and he's strong within this relationship. So he really cares about you. He wants to be the man and work hard for you. So I feel in general, this person really cares about you, and really wants to make it work. So that's a whole entire story. Jesus, cards. That was a lot. That was like a whole thing. So Mina says, what are Fahad's current thoughts and feelings and future actions towards me? Jesus Christ, you got a whole free reading. It was from that. That wasn't even a card pull. That was a whole reading. What's Fahad's current thoughts? Okay, so he's trying very hard to reach you. You might be a little bit withdrawn right now. So he's trying to get you in the thing. Feelings. There's a heartbreak here towards you. It might be that he's just like trying very hard to overcome something. Maybe a disagreement, maybe a fight. It might be that you've withdrawn and he's trying to get your attention. I would feel like that's the case. And so therefore you're ignoring him in some way. It doesn't mean that you're not talking to him. You might just be ignoring his affections. Future actions towards you. Well, actually, weirdly enough, he's annoyed. This is weird. We've got King of Swords always in reverse tonight. Either there's a lot of like very angry men or very frustrated men. Annoyed. It's like, how would I explain it? Annoyed. That bit where your cat's like, you haven't fed me tonight. Annoyed. That's kind of like what I'm feeling. Yeah. It might just be like you're not putting enough time, or you're not giving him enough attention. That's what I feel like. His future actions towards you? Well, pretty much like, look at me, give me hugs, give me kisses. Whatever. Whatever I need. 'Cause, yeah. Yeah, so... I think this guy's pretty simple at the moment. I don't think he's planning anything anytime soon. Big scale. But yeah. She says, hello, may I ask what my spirit guides want me to know right now? I feel very resentful and angry to everything and everyone. Things don't go in my favor. Sometimes you gotta realize that when we have expectations of things, does not mean that we get what we want. Knight of Wands. You've been actively trying to pursue things. You don't have as much as you expected to, or you have not a lot of food. It's winter. It's winter, really, in the scheme of things. It might be time to actually realize that High Priestess in reverse. Manifestations, not really. Yeah, money's getting expended, not coming in. You chose not to choose something that was a life choice. And Temperance. So the whole idea is with Temperance, firstly, it's telling you to take control of your life. The little tiny things that are disordered, like let's say if I come into your house and your clothes are in a pile on the floor, you need to wash that pile, you need to fold the clothes, you need to iron them before you fold them. You need to take little steps in your life to order out the chaos. because the worst thing is with chaos, it grows. And the more chaotic your life is, the more it tends to permeate through everything. What would I explain it? Like, people don't like untidy people, mostly because they feel like they don't care. They don't care about their life, they don't care about other people, they don't care about anything. Because untidiness takes up space. The more that you control your life, the more socially conscientious you are. Also, you tend to be more hireable because you look tidy. That can be something that you might need to work on, is just being more present. I think more present-minded. After dinner, wash up your dishes straight away, dry them, put them back in. Make sure that you do this kind of routine every single day, because I feel like most of the time your mind is chaos, your whole house is chaos, everything is chaos. Your brain is running wild because everything around you is chaotic too. I want to talk about these three, actually probably this four. So I'll do this one first. High Priestess in reverse. You're actually got a manifestation blockage. Now, this could be just because you don't know what you want. It's very hard to know what you want in general. Like, you might sit there and go, I want $1 million. Do you really want $1 million? Does anybody want $1 million? What would you spend $1 million on anyway? Like, you probably blow it on something ridiculous and then wind up more in debt. It depends on you. Like, what do you really want? You chose to not choose a life choice, which is actually affecting you more than you expected to. Life choices are when you get to 2 doors and you've got to choose to walk through one. And when you walk through one, you will not get that choice anymore. Now, this doesn't mean that it's a big life choice. We're making life choices all the time. We're making life choices if we move to, let's say, Boston compared to Chicago. I'm not in the USA, but I'm just saying. So then you don't meet the same friends as you would if you were in the other place. Life choices are either chosen by the universe because we chose not to choose, or we take direction of our life and choose to choose. That's the only choice that we get. And a lot of times people get in trouble because they choose not to choose. They choose not to choose all the time. And then they get in more trouble because they choose not to choose the next choice. And then they wind up in hella trouble. You're working hard, but I think it's aimless. You're not actually putting your mind to work where you actually want. You want that outcome, but you're not in for the journey. So it gets hard, you quit. So these three, that means this one's spending money and your money just goes. So you're not actually saving your money. There's winter actually in general. So there's stillness, coldness, nothing looks great. So it could be that, you're always constantly spending your money and you don't know how to actually skerrick some money. So it might be that you need to get like an auto savings account. So like Chip or Squirrel or something, Mint, whatever the kids nowadays are using. So it automatically puts money in a savings account for you. This period of coldness, stillness, well, it could be that you're slightly depressed and you haven't thought of that as being a depression. It could just be that you're slightly depressed. If it keeps on going and it has been relentless, go to see a doctor. And this one means no food. well, that feels like that, or very slim pickings. So it could be that you're struggling through life right now with no break. And that's hard. That's a hard time, Ashi. But I feel in general, like when you like focus on the lack, not you focus on the abundance, what would I say? First world countries you do not realize how much you make compared to a third world country. If you open up your tap downstairs, do you have clean running water? I have to walk 5Ks to somewhere? Now Ashi probably sits there and goes, hey, I have to walk 5Ks for water. Then I feel you, man. I feel you. Do I have to heat the wood up by myself on like logs and wait for it to boil and I don't get a shower? No. I'm very lucky. So Shira's next one, sorry guys that we're doing it. I still do personal readings. Yes, I do. Current guidance, please, says Shira. Okay. That felt like it came out for you, so let's go with this. Okay, 3 of Swords in reverse means your heart is healing. There was a period of heartbreak, and now your heart is healing. And just take your time to heal your heart. It's also Wheel of Fortune in upright. So this means that you should trust the universe to go wherever you like. It's like a gamble. You trust the universe to bring you exactly where you need to be. And accept whatever it gives you. Because I think at the moment there's just I feel like this feeling of rush. Like you're always constantly rushing because you're scared that like somehow like the world's going to end like that. And so you rush through your life and you don't take a break. And the universe is like, take a break, I got it. And just like, if you're thinking about love right now, don't worry, the universe has got it. Have you thought of your next pay rise? Don't worry, the universe has got it. Trust the universe. Heal your heart fully. So then it's Sylvia. Hi, Richard here from the other side of India. Welcome, Sylvia. Libra says yes. Jenny, I've been nervous about letting love in again. What will the relationship with the future boyfriend be like? Says Jenny. Okay, firstly, there's going to be a lot of chasing. Weirdly enough, this still comes out. I think a lot of people are either angry or we have no food. Oh my lord. It might be winter. It might be winter. We might need more food. What is it about like winter and the days getting shorter and stuff like that? It's just like a little bit harder. But Jenny, firstly, you should realize that you're very much a master of your own destiny. Queen of Pentacles likes the how would I explain it? Very material. They like the trappings of society. They like the nice things of society. They work very hard for their money. So kind of like a manager or higher kind of type of person. They work very hard for their money too. They work very hard and they're very much monetarily occupied. I'm not going to say obsessed, because people kind of twist that word and go, you're telling me I'm obsessed about money? I'm not obsessed about money. So it could be just that you tend to focus on money because you know that it makes the world work, which is great. You know your worth, which is great, and that kind of means that you have this confidence about you that a lot of people can't take away. Yeah. There might have been a period in your childhood or a period in your teenager life that things weren't kind of going alright for you and your family. And that does affect your love life. So it might be that you just had that bit where you were like, never again. And sometimes when you are in a relationship, that's kind of your deal breaker, which people don't know, but I feel like that kind of comes back to you a lot, is this kind of period. And why I say childhood is because it feels like you were this kind of, this is you younger, and this is like you now. And this is 9 of Wands, so I would say that this feels like, and most of the time Knights are male, in the tarot. Like you can't always say that this one's male, and sometimes I tend to use this as action, not as a person. But this could be your boyfriend, and he's going to chase you. He's going to make you feel like diamonds, or like he might not have the money, he might not have, and this might be the deal breaker. It might be that you don't want people someone that earns less than you, but it might be impossible with what you actually earn for someone to compete with you. But this guy is so cute. I feel like as soon as you meet him, you'll fall in love with him. He's a cheeky one. He's a very much a jokester. He'll make jokes and you'll laugh because he's funny. And even better, I feel like all your friends will like him. So I'm sorry that went on for far too long. We've got lots of people. And I'm like taking time. Sorry, guys. Oh. So, Abba, after this, take your time. So at least give me an hour to 2 hours afterwards. Actually, tonight I actually have to finish up shortly. So unfortunately, this would be your last one for tonight. Abba says, how does Ahmed feel about me? It's kind of funny because this person's actually scared of you. And they're scared of what other people say when it comes to you. So this guy's like very influenceable right now. And I don't know why. Can we have a reason why this person's scared of people? Like, at the moment, they're very withdrawn. Okay, this High Priestess in reverse. They're scared that they won't be able to give you the world. How would I explain that? I don't... It seems like they feel like they're not enough, Abia. So they might be scared of you, or they might be... I feel like this person's kind of like scared of your approach. Like you kind of make them feel like they're not enough. That's how I would explain it. That's how I would sum it up. That they feel like they can't do enough. Like you probably do amazing things and they can't measure up. That's what I feel. Like, they see you creating things and they don't understand how you do it. Okay, so Vanessa says, may I have a reading, please? Of course you can, Vanessa. Will Nitin marry to Abba, and when? Please tell me, ma'am. Sometimes my realistic cooking, it takes a while. Usually I don't tend to give you, like, a particular thing, because for me, my readings are not particularly always, what would I say, logical. Okay, so this person has the idea and they will carry it out. So this person wants to marry this person very, very soon. I feel like this is going to be in spring. They don't have enough room. So this would be next spring, I feel. If you're in spring, it's not this spring, it's next spring. So in a year from now, if you're thinking like that. If it's spring's around the corner for you, then it's going to be next spring. If it's not that far away, then it's definitely next one. But yeah, joy, celebration, and so therefore, yeah, this person's going to get married, and sooner than they like. But there's a lot of organization to plan, and you might not be able to feed all the people that you invite. But you'll just generally like all the friends. So this does not need to be you. Nitin and Abba are going to get married, and it's going to be soon. Yeah. Quite soon, because this person's ready, made up their mind that they're going to marry this person. So okay, Volta, I did answer your question. I will do it again for you. What's the feelings of Jasmine towards me in love? Because I have done that, but you might have not been here to actually listen to it, which sometimes I notice. So there you go. All of those. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. I said about this one before was that she might be interested in actually taking off getting married. But she hasn't got any love cards. And this is true this time around, is there's no love cards. But we have now a more of an understanding of who this person is. There's Queen of Cups, so this person's actually quite a caring person. They tend to be a stay-at-home person, so they don't tend to they'd be introverted more than extroverted. They're very disillusioned with life. They're probably disillusioned with their exes. So, weirdly enough, there is this kind of attention-seeking behavior, which means that they haven't learned everything that they needed to learn about love before they got in a relationship with you. But maybe this is kind of why I said, like, are they younger than you? And this immaturity does show quite a lot, with the whole idea of people should be responsible for my feelings, not myself. She does want to invest and grow this relationship with you, so she's actually going to show you that she cares for you. There's no love cards, but that doesn't mean that she's not affectionate with you. And also, she's got, like, this relationship kind of feels like a little bit of a distraction. Because she's got someone new to play with. So this is you, Volta. So, This is how I explain it. Like, sometimes when you're talking about someone, it's either you or her. So it might be also that she's scared that this is you and that's her. So she's actually thinking that you're playing with her. So that would be an interesting thing. But there's no love cards, but she seems like she wants to actually work on it. So I feel like she's got affection there, caring, tenderness, but there's no kind of, maybe it's too soon, Volta. It's maybe too soon to actually have that developed feelings yet, which makes sense. Okay, okay, so where am I up to? Okay. Same water bottle I use. It's good. It's good. Okay. Okay, so Vanessa says, will my ex-girlfriend Roni get back together? Oh, yeah, it looks like it is. Oh no. Not because before there's justice to be served. So, just, like, I always feel like this is karmic. Compared to, there's a judgment card and a justice card. And so sometimes, like, I always think of this being karma. Karma applies to this relationship. So if there was anything of the last relationship that you needed to deal with before you guys got together again, it's going to be applied. So whether you like it or not, that's going to happen. The Hangman in reverse means that this person's struggling not to actually enter a relationship back with you. But then, obviously, if karma is applied to this relationship, that will actually start you off on a brand new slate. And that will be good, because then what'll happen is that person will feel better. Yeah, Vanessa, if that makes sense. Nancy says, should I attend post-graduation college? I feel like you get stuck in a certain thought. And also, like, there's ideas there. So it might be that you need to think about what you want to do after post-graduation. If that's going to actually help. Because I think that you're thinking about college and you're not thinking about, like, what's afterwards. Because if you haven't thought about what's actually going to help you, then you'll get in there and you'll be like, this is too hard. If you have a future goal and you're like, oh yeah, post-graduation college will help me, then that will work. But because you have the ideas, but then you get stuck on that idea, you never get, like, the future done for yourself. How does Tulu feel about me, says Spiritual Jada. Okay, I have about 10 minutes. I'm going to run through as quickly as possible, but unfortunately I have a time crunch tonight. I'm so sorry. But I said that I was going to be somewhere. And so I'll have to finish up after this. So I'm going to quickly go through everybody's. So Tolu feels celebration, joy, like everything that could be ever perfect about a person. There's just like this joy, contentment, not contentment, to this relationship. And it seems like perfect in their eyes. Like, they can't get better than this, Spiritual Jada. So Shirley says, hi. Sylvia says, hey Queen, what's up? Hey. Thank you for the reading. No worries, Nancy. What is L's current readings for S? For me, his future actions. Oh my lord. There's justice. So another applied karma. I don't know whether this is so this person finishes up the last thing. Yeah, I feel like they have to deal with some kind of karmic debt, and then they can approach you, because at the moment they have a hard one for me. So L's like current feelings is that you are too perfect, and as soon as they've got karma applied from a past action of theirs, then they can come towards you. If they don't actually go, they don't have that applied karma, they won't be able to do that action. So it takes a while. Yes, you can ask that. Nightbot is just Nightbot. It's a programmed one. It doesn't really matter. So what's Sam's karma for hurting me? Well, firstly, there is chaos in this person's life. There's just major energy that they don't know what to do with, and they're not going to choose a life choice that they needed to choose. So their karma is that they're going to be in their own beautiful kind of purgatory, because the whole idea is they don't know what to do with themselves. And when they don't know what to do with themselves, they're just going to keep on doing this kind of Groundhog Day forever until they choose. So I'm kind of glad that you got out of there, because they are going to, if they keep on doing this, where they have too much excess energy and don't know how to expend it, they're just going to self-destruct on themselves. So Varsha says, will M retaliate against me? I'm sorry guys, I have 5 minutes and then I have to leave. So I'm sorry tonight, guys. I'm usually staying on a little bit longer, but unfortunately today, no. So will M retaliate against me, says Varsha. No, this person cares about you a lot. Actually, weirdly enough, you're both kind of money obsessed. So actually, this person doesn't hate you. They actually care about you a lot. They actually reverse love you, which is kind of weird that you ask about retaliation, because this person, like, it might be like a business thing, because you're both like pentacles, so it could be a business partner. But I think this person actually wants you to go into business with them, which is weird that you're saying that. I wish Nightbot would remember that. Okay, Tori, can I have a general reading? Oh, sorry, guys. I'm going as quickly as I can. I'm sorry that takes a while. So, Tori says, I want a general reading. Okay, so whatever you are working on, keep going. You're very close to it. Like, two of wands, Knight of Wands, pursuing what they want in life, working very hard towards it, and you are so close to getting it. You're so close to getting it. So Starseed says, how is Corey feeling? That's weird. I don't feel like that card was for you. How is Corey currently feeling towards me since I started cut the quantity over quality? Unfortunately tonight it has to be. Corey feeling towards me since I cut the connection off. This is King of Cups. He's kind of stable, but I think he understands your decision. He's kind of upset though that he won't get to actually have a family with you, because this felt like it must have been like or he didn't want to have kids with you, so now he's relieved. Let's ask, did this person care about you? That just... Yeah, no, I don't feel like this person really puts enough effort in this relationship. They were always chasing external factors and not actually caring about you a lot, which they were chasing money, not love. And I'm glad that you're out of that. Hey, Prinyaka! When will I meet my spouse? Quality over quantity. Unfortunately, tonight I have no choice. When will you meet your spouse? Interesting. I always feel like this is like a dinner that you'll meet your spouse. And it's going to be very new. You're not going to know this person already. Page of Pentacles in reverse. You need to accept an offer. An offer to a dinner. When you go to that dinner, you'll meet your spouse. I feel like because it doesn't give me any time factors, it's kind of sooner than later. But obviously that's like, what would I say? A charity event? You know the swanky bit where they invite people to a dinner, like a charity dinner? That's kind of when you meet your spouse. Prinyaka. Sumbla, hi! Cancerian says, how are Lucas's feelings for me? Okay, so yeah, very highly addictive. I feel like Cancerian, they're actually really addicted to you, which is probably not a good thing. King of Cups as well. So it's actually not shown me about what they see about you, but the whole idea is King of Cups here. So this is a masculine card. So this is someone that is very in tune with their emotions and tends to be more introverted than extroverted. But I think this is actually kind of interesting because this person is overly obsessed with you, to the point that it might not be a good thing for them to be this self-addicted to you. So it might be the start of a new relationship, so they're possibly a little bit high on the love vibes, yeah? So Sumbla, I'm going to finish on Sumbla's. I'm so sorry tonight that I can't get to everybody's. I apologize. I didn't realize that I didn't have enough time tonight. I will be back on Tuesday. I promise. I promise I'll be back on Tuesday, okay? Make sure you're there. So High Priestess and Knight of Wands, 7 days. So therefore you get to manifest something that you want, and you're close to achieving something that you were working on. So, and put your manifestations, write them down. Write them down. Whatever you want to manifest, make sure that you actually write it down, because then you actually work on it. Anybody else? I'm sorry tonight. I'm like so behind. I'm sorry. Tomorrow I'm not going to be here. On Tuesday night I'm going to be here, but I'm running late, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Much love. Bye, guys. Love you lots. I'm so sorry that I've had to cut it early, but take care. Bye.